So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be doing a little bit of wormhole exploration and hopefully PvP today. So that's going to be a whole bunch of fun. So I'm not going to dilly-dally, I'm just going to get right into it. I'm already in a C1 somewhere in the vast expanse of wormhole space. I will be probably jumping into a high sec shortly. So hopefully nobody hunts me down too hard. So the ship I'm working with today is a lovely Astero. Pull that up while I get the Siggy sorted out, or my wormhole mapping software that I love to use. Looks like CHC, EKD, FIH, and ULP is gone. So it looks like we don't have a high sec. That's okay. We have a null sec, and that's what I care about. Or that'll work for me. I'll just jump in there for a quick trip before jumping back into some wormhole space. So it looks like everything's working well. Gotta make sure nothing's wrong technically with the stream. If you guys do notice, I will keep the game volume low, only because of I don't want you guys to freak out if you're watching a wormhole yourself. Hey Miss Moses, how are you doing today? I guess it's evening for you. It's still just after work for me in my time. So we've got two lovely wormholes here. I'm going to guesstimate that this is ours, or the unknown SIG. It's so bizarre. There's so many people. Hey Raiden, how are you doing this evening for you? It's so bizarre because it's still like it's 4 p.m. for me, so just after work my time. So just done with work, getting home. Still don't have any dinner in me yet, so looking forward to that later. But it's all in all a good day. Data site, that's no worries. We'll go ahead and head one jump over. Data sites aren't too interesting to me as an explorer unless they turn out, and I should probably scan this down just to be safe, unless it turns out to be a ghost site, which it's a level 1 so it won't, now that I look at it. That doesn't display on your screen. We're going to change to... There we go. That way you guys can see the bottom left. So, I'm actually looking for a wormhole right now to get back out of nullsec space, because honestly, local scares me. I know it probably shouldn't, but it does. I think it's funny, I'm less afraid of wormhole space where there is no local at all than I am about nullsec. I guess when I'm in nullsec, I never know when a sign is going to be lit, or you're going to have bubble traps or on gates, where wormhole space, that's a lot more unlikely to occur, I feel. You always expect the Cloaky Legions or Proteus in wormhole space, but here we go. This should be promising, I hope. This will actually put us a good way from my Loki halt, so hopefully we can handle whatever comes our way in our Astero. It shouldn't be too bad though. So again, I like to run Asteros while exploring, mostly because they give you a little bit of combat capabilities over any of the other exploration ships, even the Cheetah, which I do love myself a Cheetah in wormhole space. However, the ability to not pick on buzzards or herons or things such as that. Oh, we got a relic site here. I'll go ahead and run this. is kind of nice. Data sites level 1. Ooh, a ruin. That's actually not too bad. And with nobody in local, this should go fairly. This should be fairly safe. Oh, this is the easiest type of the relics to run. When they're all lined up right here for you. It makes it nice and easy. This is actually... Maybe I should do relic hunting in nullsec more often than Wormholes space. Yesterday, when we were exploring, I think we ran into 3 relic sites in 2.5 hours for about only 100 mil. So the fact that we already have 2 relic sites within the first 10 minutes is always significantly better than what I had before. I'll go ahead and actually throw the local chat down below for you guys to see as well, so you can see my demise when someone comes in. Ooh. Though I have gotten less, a little bit less fearful of nullsec. Another streamer, Urschlag, which I'm certain I'm pronouncing incorrectly, he does a nullsec, or he got me into nullsec life, doing a solo Loki through nullsec, and it's been a blast and has gotten me to learn quite a few of the mechanics with regards to just nullsec in general. The reason I call this one my favorite is because it's literally, they're all in a row, and you can just keep up the you don't even have to burn to the next one before you can start the hack, which is very nice. Oh, I said it correctly? I think it's because my chat, I get a couple viewers from the Urschlag's stream, and I think I used to call him like Erstaschlag or something, and they kept getting on me about it. I was like, please give me a phonetic pronunciation. So I have been working on it. Ooh, no, that's this one. Don't run away from the rebel. Oh, that's me getting away. Hey, Horkev, how are you doing? Did I not? There we go. I know, I love his stream. Sometimes I wish his camera was just a little bit bigger so we can see, you know, some of his expressions, but he's... see the mystery behind the man. He's a great guy. He's actually, he does a really cool bot that I've been talking a bit. So since a lot of the work I do is actually coding in my job, his bot intrigued me on how he actually put all of it together, because he made his own Twitch bot. And so I like sat on Discord for a while talking to him about like the Java that he uses, which I'm not good with Java. I'm more of a Python person. And also the CSS and the the JavaScript and the HTML that he runs for the bot itself. Which I know I was a little bit nerdy, was nerding out there, but it was quite informative and fun to see how he does it. And I played around with it a little bit yesterday and was just like, no, I'm gonna need to really sit down and look at servers structure, which I've never done. That's something that still escapes me. Oh, is he doing a talk there? That's awesome. I presume the whole thing is going to be streamed. Hey Shrike, how are you doing today? So if you guys get confused at all of when I talk to people who aren't in chat, I have both my stream and the CCP stream up. So some people I talk to, some of the guys I'm saying hi to is from there. I know, here I am. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, Shrike. I did not know that command existed, Miss Moses. That's awesome. Put him in black and white and as small as possible in the top corner of the stream with a giant image of a giant Eve image there. That's what it needs. This one's also, I mean, all the ruins are fairly easy. I don't go for data sites. They're just not worth my time, even in wormhole space, which I'm hoping in one of these next systems over, we're going to get a wormhole connection to get back in there. But man, I'm starting to wonder if maybe I should just swap to all nullsec exploration, give myself an interdiction nullify T3C with a micro warp drive and hack that way. Though I do remember, depending on what zone you're in space, such as Sancha's really bad for doing that. Pretty much all the relic sites are already taken by people wanting to get the plates. Ooh. Though I seem to be in a nice, quiet region of space. I guess whatever this region is. I think we had a couple of PvEers off in the dead end system that the nullsec connection connected to, but nothing too scary over here. You know, now that I think about it, I think maybe the reason I don't like local is not so much that I feel safer, but the fact that other people feel safe too, and it's easier to gank them. Which hopefully before the stream over, we get a kill, even if it's on a nice little heron. But it's so wishy-washy at this time for PvE and wormhole space, which means this is the safest time for you guys to be there. I know of a great high-set connection for you to venture into wormhole space through. Hey, Strike, exactly, right? I think I was talking about it yesterday during the stream, but I think after this stream is done, I'm going to get off and play a couple rounds of Minesweeper, because that is a game I have not touched in forever. And by the time I got done streaming last night and getting my wife from work, it was just so late. I think I need to plug in the black glass. I've been wanting to do it on this character. So for those of you who don't know, there's something called a black glass implant. Here, I'll pull it up really quickly. There's nobody on local, so I'm not too concerned. And I love mentioning this because there's so many people who don't actually know about the black glass. There's a black glass implant right here, and what it does is it goes to slot 9, gives you a -42 coherence, but it also gives you a 20 virus strength. So what that kind of does is it allows you to be able to one-shot the firewalls. Now, the problem with this that you're going to see if you ever look at this description is that it only works for data analyzers. And you'll be like, no, Butadas, well, why would you recommend this lovely black glass that is amazing for data sites, but I only hack relic sites? And I'm really glad you asked that question. If you go to ship equipment, I don't want a relic analyzer, I want a Zaguma. So any of the faction analyzers right here, so Zaguma, which is the best, they count as a data analyzer. Though you can use these on both relic and data sites. So you essentially get your +20 coherent or strength on relic sites if you pair that with any of these analyzers over here, any of the faction ones. So I actually run that on my I was running that on my other character before I pulled her to nullsec. That was the Loki pilot. Ooh, I just failed the hack. That was the Loki pilot that you guys saw at the beginning and the bottom. And it's pretty much allows you to, and this is not an exaggeration, to roll your face on the keyboard and be able to still hack the site. You can click anywhere. And I think maybe I failed like one time, but hacker times 2. Hey, I was not the one who allowed that to exist. Please, nobody tell CCP about that. I don't want them to change that beautiful, beautiful thing. Of course, I mean, it could have been intentional because those, they're not... Ooh, this is actually a really bad one. They're not inexpensive to buy. Hey, Fila, how are you doing today? I know, I would hate for them to see that and change it. Oh, roll my face on the keyboard, just go. Like, I mean, I'm telling you, I just click mindlessly when I have that implant in with the Ziguma. And I have yet to fail. Ooh, nice 10 mil off this one. So angels aren't our most profitable, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So it's unfortunate we're in this angel region. But I'm not gonna say no to free relic sites when all I'm about to do is find a wormhole to jump in to search for more relic sites. Oh, the lag. I'm just hoping I don't blue screen to death like yesterday. I'm just more impressed that I still got the badger kill and nobody killed me. Ooh, okay, I was like, these are all over the place here. And then we got a rebel and then we're golden. Oh, my Proteus Fila, I actually bought it. So last night, we got a connection that was one away from a Mar. So I burned to Jita and picked up the Proteus. So I've got that back. I realized when I got back that I already had a whole bunch of 800 cap boosters and a whole bunch of Void and Null Medium and Caldari Navy Antimatter. So I had saved that up, which I didn't realize. So I had a bunch of that back at home, so I didn't have to pick it up. Which is funny because later on, like 4 hours later, we ended up getting a one-off Jita connection, which is now gone, sadly. But so for those who weren't aware, we spent like an hour yesterday at the end of the stream putting together a Proteus solo hunting fit. I know, you're right, Nord, they are. My problem though with Sancho is they're always hit or miss, where I feel like there's some other factions that you can get consistent is from. That's why, like, my opinion, Sancha isn't the end-all be-all for me. They're good, and they can be really good, but like I enjoy Blood and Garistas as well. But here's the Proteus fit we threw together yesterday. If anyone was curious, we spent like about an hour on stream talking and like throwing together ideas for it. But it's a dual rep armor fit that is actually pretty pricey. It cost me, I think, 1.3 bill in the end, and I have 3 drugs to help it out, so the Exile and the for the extra armor repping power, as well as the hard shell. I cloaked before launching my probes. So I am going to give it a shot. It was funny, somebody else in my corp, as I was going out to buy it, linked me a 600 mil Proteus fit that he uses. The style that he runs with his other Proteus was a plate Proteus. So essentially, it's just like a Stratios. A buffer fit Stratios. And he gave a pretty good reason for it. His reason was, look, I'm an old man. I don't want to have to think about reps and all this other stuff. I fly a Stratios. I want something like a Stratios without drones and newts. I just want to blast them in the face. And I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, Fila, it is a good fit. Oh, another relic site. Yeah, I know. I forgot to cloak there, Raiden. I mess those things up all the time. I think the saddest part about this entire fit with the Proteus is that I don't like any of the skins for that the Proteus has. Ooh, I can't see the skins on here that well. I'm gonna hack it. I'm gonna hack this one. Like, I was looking to buy a skin. I think it's here, and click here. This was the best one, and it wasn't that fantastic. The exoplanets, which are usually like a solid and inexpensive, just painted it bright orange. I just want some of those Tengu skins, man. I kind of want to fly a Tengu just to be able to get them. I'm really bad at this, where so for those who don't know me, I really don't like to fly a ship unless I have a skin on it. I don't buy it like with real money. I always spend the IS, but it's just, it makes me feel like the ship is just, it's like Plex taking your ship, except instead you skin tank it. That's how I feel Fila as well. They're not the most profitable things, but I think I've ran 2 and I'm at around 20 mil a site at the moment. So they're consistent. But like you can run a Sancha, kind of like where Nord was talking about the site, the armor plates, and you could get a payout of 150 mil. So I've done that once where I've hacked, got 150 mil payout like within the first 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, I'm done for the day. Let's go kill some stuff. And that's what I did. Oh, this is not a good site because I'm about to take 2 hits on this, dropping me down. Oh, that's okay. I always get worried about these things, and I always forget I have a second hack on my hands anyways. So if you guys at any point have never... So I learned wormhole exploration, or just exploration in general, from Eve Uni public chat, as well as their wiki. So it was actually quite daunting, to say the least, to do that method. So if you guys have ever just wormholes or anything of the sort you've never done, feel free to ask any questions, and I will babble on about it and give advice forever about it. That's my problem with it too, Shrike. I did that before when I first started out and realized that finding a relic site was finding a needle in a haystack. Plus, I wasn't very strong with kind of understanding D-scan and stuff at the time, so it made me very nervous, which kind of scared me away a bit. Ooh, this is a weird one. I've got one of these two. Holds houses up. There we go. Exactly, Teak. Like, the Guristas or even the Bloods can be fairly profitable. Like, I have gotten... I think I got... It was either a Guristas or a Blood yesterday that I got, like, a 60 million payout from, and it was very nice. The rule of 6. I'm so glad you have something like that. I remember when there's still some people in my corp that don't believe me. I tell them about the rule of 6, and they're like, no, that's not a thing. There's no way. Drone, I have not actually done Drone Lands data site. That is something so when I actually went out there to do Drone Lands, I didn't realize, I was a dingus in this sense. I did not realize that there were no relic sites in Drone Lands. So I brought a relic analyzer and I didn't bring a data analyzer. And I was just like, why am I not finding any relic sites? And that's when one of my viewers said, Nobu, there are no relic sites in Drone Lands. There's only data sites. And I kind of just face palmed. Fila, that's the point. Like, even if you only make 0 ISK a day, it's really fun because maybe you'll find content. Maybe I'll jump into a wormhole and find 2 rattlesnakes ratting. And that's when I do the bat phone to my corp and be like, hey, we got some rattlesnakes over here. Let's kill them. And that's kind of why I like, or an explorer that took my site right before me. So yeah, Nord, hopefully in a couple weeks, I'll be able to get back to you on that with regards to how Drone Land data sites are. I've heard that it's the escalations that are valuable, but I don't know much about the escalations either, and I don't have any personal experience with that. That's done with this. Let's just keep on moving on, guys. Maybe we'll find a wormhole entrance someday. Maybe. Hey, Tavanis, how are you doing? And Blaze, yep. I saw the rule of 6 thing, but... Oh, and hey, Nano, how's it going? Welcome. Always with the Gengar. Ooh, okay, so... I might be able to help with that answer, Ufoshkan. So... The best fit I get personally is with a Covops 5 ship. So let me jump this gate, cloak up, and I will pull that up. You say that, Fila, but I come from some MMO. I mean, I like PvP, and that is the only thing that really gets my adrenaline just pumping. But PvE is just a very relaxing experience that I've gotten into just because of other games. Like, I used to farm notorious monsters in Final Fantasy XI for so long. So I want to pull up this ship tree. So like this kind of stuff can be nice, just relaxing after a day of work. So my personal, the highest I've ever been able to get was, you could run a Helios. I mean, I run on my other character a cheetah. The reason for the cheetah, that's going to give you slightly, I like the cheetah better because the roll bonus gives you slightly more once you get that to Cobops 5. It gives you slightly more than the Astero. And then I run a Black Glass implant with a Zaguma. And that gives me 60 virus strength. And that's the highest virus strength I can get. It gives you a lower coherence, but at 60 virus strength, it really doesn't matter too much, to be honest with you. Because when you can one-shot firewalls, you're set. And I mean, you can get that in Astero as well. So in Astero, until you can get, well, my personal opinion, when you're learning, you start off with something like this right here. A beautiful probe or something, minimum fit, less than a mil. Get yourself into hacking, and then move up to an Astero after that. If you don't want to have a combat-oriented Astero, you can run a more slippery Astero, because you can get them with very fast align times. And then after that, I say you move up to the Cobop ships if you want to have non-combat oriented, full-on scanning, exploration, and such. It does have more fitting room. However, I've been able to, on my Cheetah, I run and expand it. So if I ever need to combat probe for my corp, because I run into something, I can. The problem is, though, that the Cheetah cannot tackle. Whereas with my Astero, I have tackled Tengus in this Astero. I run a, on my current fit, I run a Kaldari Navy Warp Scram to be able to get that tackle. Fila. Okay, so that's a gas site, so we don't care. Man, I am so used to running into wormholes like every other system. This is bizarre. Is this really what nullsec space is like, guys? That is true, Neo Genesis, and that's one of the strong points of it. I think, if you want to have a slippery fit. Oh, I guess I forgot about augmentic drones, but they are a thing. All right, we got somebody on local. Who is this guy? The one, Rabus. Oh, just a member of test. That's not a big deal. I'm not too concerned. Watch, there's gonna be a bubble camp on the other side. Honestly, with the bubble camp, I'm not as concerned about it as well. Mostly because of just how fast I can burn away and cloak, or just, you can, as long as the tick is with you or the server ticks are with you, you can just cloak up immediately. Yeah, Stratioses are slow, and so here's my issue with Stratioses, with regards to exploration. I actually use a Stratios, but only for ghost sites. I don't use a Stratios for, I actually stopped using a Stratios for combat because I don't like drone combat. So that's just a personal preference. You can't lock up fast enough onto frigates, because that's what you're mostly going to run into. So you can't lock up fast enough. And then depending on your Stratios fit, if you actually do combat... sorry, just a raptor here. If you actually do combat, you're not going to... you're going to be facing off against T3Cs, which is going to be difficult depending on what type of fit you have and if you have backup and what's going on with that. So that's where, like, Stratioses are very good for ghost sites and sleeper sites. Not the combat ones, but the ones that you find, the sleeper ones that you find out in non-wormhole space. TikTok. Wait, who's TikTok Fila? You can link that. Is he another streamer? And you're free to link that in my chat, Fila, and I can take a check if that is. Check him out afterwards. There we go. We have a wormhole. Let's see where this sucker leads. I am pretty far away from home, so if I run into something, I don't think I'm getting reinforcements. Well, so, like, so Stroman, with the Stratios, a lot of times, a lot of times you're going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You're going to be running to herons and asteros. And when you go for herons and asteros, if they are like a 4-second warp and they're mostly on their game, they're gonna get away. Okay, this is dangerous. I don't really care for dangerous space. I don't like going to high class wormholes because relic sites only spawn in nullsec relic sites only spawn in C1s, C3s. So Horkev, I'd be happy to look, if you message me after the stream, I would be happy to talk to you about specific CPUs. Honestly, if you're looking for a CPU for gaming and streaming, I would recommend that you go, if you're gonna do both, again, if you have the budget, I would recommend an i7. Now, how much you wanna spend is totally up to you. I wouldn't get the lower tier, but that's my personal preference, but like the second from lower tier isn't bad. And PC Part Picker will give you that information. I know we talked a bit about building computers before. Oh, okay, TikTok, gotcha. I have not seen him around. Where does Philo? Where does TikTok usually stream at? Yeah, Monger. That is pretty much. I mean, I've never had a concern. I think the only time I had a concern was when I had absolutely horrible internet off in the Midwest, and I actually got caught by a bubble camp in nullsec with a cloaky interdiction nullified ship twice. I got through once and got caught twice, and it came down to just my connection was, I lagged right then, which, I shouldn't have been going through bubble camps when I was lagging. I should have known better, and that's my own fault at that point. So, let's see, this was a C2 or C3. Let's see what we got here. We're jumping in a C3. I can tell because if I look at the wormhole, all C3s look the exact same. So here we go. Let's see where this leads us. Out of space out here. Yeah, that is one of the things. Urschlag's Loki that I've been flying can get, I think it's a sub 5-second align time, and it's interdiction nullified with a cloak, and that's not bad. Yeah, Stroman, I guess that's the thing. If someone knows what they're doing and is absolutely ready and they don't have a lag spike or anything, in theory, you should never be able to catch someone who can cloak unless you get the decloak on them, luckily. And even then, if it's an Astera that's fast enough and there's no bubble or interdiction nullified, you should be able to get away. So let's take a peek around system. I'm going to launch probes because I'm not afraid. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Urschlag. No, I'm sure. I was looking at his new Loki fit was the one I was in wormhole space messing around with. Ooh, I should probably check Siggy to make sure we don't have any effects in here. Nope, this is a no effects in the C3. So I use mapping software. As if I didn't use mapping software, I would get absolutely lost in wormhole space. I wouldn't be able to find anything. So yeah, well, and I mean, if you can catch him, if you can catch him in a bubble, sometimes with drones and a good decloak or an unlucky spawn on them, you can catch him. And that's always nice. Oh my gosh, drag bubbles are so much fun. And I hate to be that type of person sometimes, but like a good drag bubble, or not a drag bubble, but just a decloak can on a bubble, if you know the route they're coming from, can be enough to catch people. And it's so satisfying. They were like, oh, we're just going to get eyes on this wormhole. You put up a can, a decloak can on them, and they're warped in their cloaky bomb or a cloaky astero, and then they're confused when you blast them. So level 2s I don't care about. Level 1 I don't care about. Let's go ahead and hack this site, because this we don't have a local, ladies and gentlemen. So I have to be a little bit more cautious. What I like to do sometimes is, if I have a carbon, is just jettison it. The reason for the jettison of the carbon, if anybody hasn't done this in Wormhole space, now generally you're good hunters, it's not going to matter. It really will not matter. But for the people who aren't very strong at hunting yet in Wormhole space, they might warp to 0 on this site and get decloaked by the can. And that's enough to see them coming and just bugger off. And again, I probably won't fight an Astero 1v1 unless I'm catching them on the site while I'm out here. So I will, since we no longer have a local. Ooh, I should not have. All right, we're going this way, ladies and gentlemen. CCP really did not want me to go the other way today. Oh, I don't even do that. I'll warp in at 100, but I'll make a bookmark about over 150 off from the cans. And then I'll warp to that bookmark and then warp down to the next can that you're going to. I can show that on the next site exactly how I would hunt you and how I would kill you. So you understand where I'm coming from. You do an exploration scepter, so you don't bother with the cloak or the bonus to hacking? Because if so, how does that work for you? What? I'm going to show them. That way they know how to defend themselves a little bit from people like me. I don't mind showing my tricks. I mean, they'll still mess up and I'll still kill them later. So it's all good. Ooh, this is a bad one. Okay. I say, right when I call it a bad one, I get it. Nothing in it, though. So you'll notice some people do cargo scanners and cherry pick. I don't like to cherry pick for 2 reasons. One, it's a wasted slot, in my opinion. When you can put it with something else just as good. Be it a scan array or a combat ability or something. Like I think I run a scram as opposed to a cargo scanner because I want to combat people. But there are some people who cherry pick so they don't have to worry about that. I enjoy the therapeutic hacking game, so it's completely okay with me to just not even worry about it. Now you got all your friends playing it. Hey, Horkev, that's great. Now you convince them to join you and join your corp, and you got some buddies to play EVE online with. I would take that as a blessing. I started off, when I started playing EVE, I started off with 3 friends, and I am the only one that remains. The other 2 got bored within a month before the free trial ended. And I was like, no, this is fun. Granted, I enjoyed Wormhole space and getting blown up, and that's why I stuck with it, where the people who left, they pretty much only did high-sec mining and missions and got bored within a month. So that probably played a role into it. You know, I never checked the Anthenor to see if people were there. Ooh, I'm missing... Let's see here. The mobile connection, that's unfortunate. Does it, Hey, Frankie, Pear Tree, if you've got the option, I don't know, I haven't checked, you might want to set the, so I should run at pretty low settings as is, but you can probably drop the resolution down, and that should help on your end if it gives you that option. Sometimes, I know when on my stream, sometimes it does that, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, Sockbit might hick. I suck mining and missions. I did that at first, and I would like leave my miner up during the day, and I'd come back and be like, yes! I've been mining all day and I made 1.1 mil. This is the best. I am rich. And it was, for me, as a, 1 to 2 week old character in the venture off in a mining belt, it was the life. That was how I started in EVE. Now if I made only 1.1 mil, I'm like, is it really worth hauling that? Is it? And I always question myself that way. Right. Not that. Oh, I did not realize I was so close to a fail hack. My bad. 4, 3. So I was actually, funny story, I was going to do the Abyssal sites today. And I was like, oh, I'll do the Abyssal sites today and finish them up for myself. And that's when I realized they end it. So I'm still a little sad about that, but I don't know why I was even thinking about that, but that was what crossed my mind. Let's see here. So Blazemonger, yeah, that's plenty for what you're doing. I prefer strength over coherence personally, but 30 is enough to two-shot a firewall, and that's all you really care about. Oh yeah, then you have to add in the implant set. Oh, and Fila, have fun blops hunting. Sorry, I just noticed that. Take care, man. All right, we got to scan the rest of this place down. So hopefully we'll get, I'll even scan down a data site so I can show you all as a hunter what we do. So in my home hole, you'll actually find that we always leave, we never run the data sites whatsoever, and we always try to leave one relic site up. So one of the things I like to do is I always do like to check structures to make sure nobody's hiding out, nobody's watching me, waiting for me to run their site. Because that's what we do. We will intentionally leave a site up to kill them at. And then we'll make tacticals as well. So look at there. I love to show you guys my exploration set. Actually, I can probably pop over there right now. It's on my other character. So let me pop over here right now. So this is my actual, this is my main that I use for hunting and such, or for what I used to use for hacking. So my very fast hacker that I run is a cheetah. I used to run RSSS probes until I lost them in space. Don't lose your RSSS probes, ladies and gentlemen. So here's my cheetah. Oh yeah, I took off my analyzer, but I'd run a Zaguma here. And then for my implant set, which I know we've talked about, I know some people have talked about a bit, I run mid-grade Virtues. And then these, I wish I could upgrade. I bought them when I didn't have max 5 cybernetics, but the Prospector set gives you pinpointing, acquisition, range finding, and then here's some environmental analysis, which gives you 5% reduction in cycle time. Or, sorry, it's the +5 virus coherence. That's what I got it for, my bad. And then the Black Glass, which we talked about earlier, which gives you the -40 to virus coherence, but +20 to virus strength, as long as you're using it with a data analyzer, which can be the Zaguma. So I figured I'd at least show that off to you guys right there, really quickly. And we were scanning the rest of this system down, so let's jump back into it. So my main things I care about in here are data sites, just in case I get a ghost site, relic sites, and wormholes is what I'm mostly interested in. Oh my gosh, Sockme, that's where it's at. We had somebody who had, I think he got 50 kill marks on his Astero, and then he'd lost it when going for his 51st, and it was so sad. He quit the game for like 3 months, or like a month after that, like 3 weeks to a month. Because he was just so mad when he lost his 50 kill mark Astero. And it was like, I felt bad for him the way he lost it. It was unfortunate. They got the decloak on him in the end is what happened. If I'm ever worried and concerned, what I'll do, and I can show you this on the next trick. So I'm going to show all my explorers out there how to avoid this stuff. I just realized I turned off alerts. That's okay. All right, so we have a relic site. This is how I'm going to show you. Here's how a hunter does it. Just so you guys know, this is how we do it. Warp to 100, Control B, pull this up. This is SYD Tact, and I know this is my tactical. Oh, it's a Forgotten Frontier. Okay, so I can't run the Forgotten Frontier anyways because that's a sleeper combat site, but I'm going to pretend and show you how I do it anyways. The second I see these guys come into range, on the top right there, I hit OK, and now I have a bookmark. So here's my beautiful bookmark, 163 off. I can warp to it at 0. I'm not actually going to run this site because it has sleepers, so I don't want to bother with it. I have transferred Plex to my alpha accounts before Chuka. And I've never had any problems with that. So I don't think so. So now you guys see I'm at this tact that is currently 300k, over 300k off of these relic sites. I can now look at these, and if I see the Explorer running to this one, I can warp to it within 0 and scramble them. I'd generally warp to within 10 actually, and then approach them to bump them just in case they cloak up. So that's the secret of how hunters get you. You warp there, so then you warp within 10, and then you approach the hacker. And so if the hacker's sitting still, you can kill him. Let's get these probes back out here. So I know you guys didn't want me to share all that love. Some people did not want me to share their secrets, but that is the best way to catch those guys. Do alphas get 1 contract? Yeah, they get 1 contract, so you can do that. A good suggestion, Munger. Ah, saber camps. I wish you... I just wish I could make an Astero that could solo sabers. I know that the point of destroyers is to be able to take on frigates, but it would just be so... It would relieve so much pain that I experience sometimes if I was just able to... just to be able to take out sabers. Those are the bane of my existence in an Astero. And if somebody has an Astero fit that can solo sabers, please. Can they? Maybe I just haven't tried it. Sockmide. Because I've got a dual rep Astero, and I haven't tried yet to solo a saber. Just because I feel like I would lose. Well, I guess if they're micro warp drive fit and not an afterburner, if I got my scram on them, they'd be pretty much dead in the water. Keep my orbit on them at close range. Maybe I would have a chance. Now that you mention it. Wait, Ken just sent me a Astero fit. Okay, so you run a buffer fit with the micro warp drive. So this is probably very similar to what I run, Ken, except you have a lot more DPS with 3. Actually, what do I run with mine? Yeah, you have a lot more DPS on there. Surprised you can tank it, but I guess you're mostly SIG tanking at that point. Micro warp drive on or off? So just SIG tanking. Okay. I forget how horrible tracking is of Minmatar ships sometimes. What were we doing? We were checking these wormholes out. So we've got ourselves a dangerous unknown. I will pass. So that's IBK, K162, C45. So I'm very particular with when I how I do my labels on wormholes, just so you guys are aware. One thing in wormhole space, just so everyone's aware of, you live and die by your bookmarks. Sometimes. You've got to be able to know where you're going, where you're coming from, what's going on, and all these things. As well as my tracking software, which I use Siggy, Pathfinder's out there, as well as... Ooh, I can't think of the other one. Pathfinder and... Oh, I think this is my... Wait, I don't care to scan that one down. That's my home hole. Tripwire. That's the other one. Tripwire. A T405. I think that's a C4. You do these so often that sometimes... Okay, so it was Tripwire. I'm glad you guys got that. Tripwire is pretty good as well. I think that's what I used before I swapped over. This is Ooh. We may only have high-class wormholes. I'll jump in, I'll see what their statics are. If we get some good statics out of the C4s, we'll head in there and scan out the statics. Of course, my way home is a long ways away. Oh, baby. Galente drone specialization level 2. Leveling it up. Ooh, a relic site. Sorry, I get so excited. This is how I made my first billion in the game, was relic sites. I loved it. I guess the scepter thing, you run the scepter, but that would freak me out. Be honest with you. Like, just with no cloak. I get it, you'd probably burn to a safe, and then with a micro warp drive, you burn away. So it'd be very difficult to catch them. They would have to have a long-range sniping ship to be able to get shots on you with fast scanning. Or with fast warp. They could probably get you eventually, though, if you weren't paying attention. But if you're paying attention, and they're trying to do that, you just warp out. So I guess it's safe, you know. There's not a big deal if they don't see you. Oh, okay, so I'm going to show you guys the super safe way to hack a can. If you know somebody's in the system and hunting you, here's what you do, ladies and gentlemen. Orbit the can at 2.5. Micro warp drive off. And then just start hacking. You only need to be 2K away to be able to cloak. They have to be able to lock you, so the only way they're going to catch you is if you don't notice or if they bring in a stealth bomber. So you orbit 2.5, you do your hacking, and if you see something pop up on your overview, F1, you cloak up, you are out of there. So that was the secret I was going to show you guys. I've actually done that. I had like 3 people trying to get me from 3 different sites. And that's how I got away from them. I just like pretty much kept laughing in their face and killing and just hacking the sites. Eventually they gave up. But if you're ever worried or you ever want to practice it, just practice that. Hey, Jillick, welcome. Glad to see you stop by. Hope you enjoy this day. Let me know if you got any questions. And I appreciate that, Heroic. I try to, I mean, for me, I think about streaming, especially when I watch streams. A lot of streams I honestly go to learn about a game. There's some people I go through consistently, but you know, and I enjoy to hang out, but there's a lot of times I want to learn about a game, and especially with Eve, with so many things out there, every single time I go into a stream, no matter whose stream it is, even like if I go to I've been watching, you know, Zorn B for a long time, and he does FC. I think his stream just finished before this. And every single time I watch his stream, I learn something new about FC. And I think that's wonderful, and one of the reasons I really enjoy watching streams of this game, because there's so many things in this game I'll never do, but I can learn a bit about. Here I am getting distracted and not spamming my D-scan button. You'll see me hit V constantly in the D-scan update. I occasionally do that when I'm playing other games, just start hitting the V button, not thinking, or when I'm in high sec as well. It's completely normal, I promise. Completely normal. I'm gonna go ahead and let that burn down. Go. Another one. I think, yep, there's the core. I can just get it. That's a good thing too, Monger. I think my thing is I don't like the wait time after cans until I can loot it, and that bothers me a bit. I really don't like the wait time of slowly burning in. Which, it's my laziness, and one of these days it's going to catch me, nip me in the bud, and I am going to get killed for it. But, such is life. As long as I make more ISK, net ISK overall than I lose, I am a happy camper. Elite, I think there was one time, like, I'd spam, it was after doing Wormholes, like, consistently over and over. Ooh. I swapped over to ESO, Elder Scrolls Online, and I just Do this. Sorry, I'm in a predicament here. I can't beat it. I know where the core is and I can't get it. I swapped over there and I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then I realized I had typed V constantly in chat. And it was hilarious. Okay, we got it. 2 more to go, ladies and gentlemen. Luckily, nobody has interrupted our adventures. Unluckily, we haven't found scanners to kill. That is true, Sick Mind. I think the reason I like Wormholes, you get a variety of the pirate sites, which is kind of nice, at least in my opinion. Other people will disagree with me, and I respect that opinion. But I can hunt people as well. Rule of 6 for those who don't know. I clicked on this. There's 6 things orbiting it, which means one of these 4 right here has to be the core. Bam. Always happen. Always. I mean, it depends on the day. I try to always be a happy camper, because if I'm a grumpy camper, I'm not gonna have a bad time. And I don't like having bad time. I don't play games to have a bad time. Let's see here. Bam. Another site bites the dust. Do, do, do. Another site bites the dust. Anybody? Anybody at all? The rule of 6. So the rule of 6 is if you click on one of the nodes and there's 6 nodes around it, 2 situations are going to rise. Either you're going to click and nothing is going to happen. It's going to be an empty node with nothing good and nothing bad. Or you're going to hit something bad. If you do hit something bad on a rule of 6 node, what that means, so like a firewall or anything on there, what that means is that the core must be on one of the 6 around it. Pictures would work a lot better than me explaining it, so I'll try to I'll mention it again on the next time I do a hack. Yeah, you're right, Sock. You make more ISK overall if you only do nullsec and you're fast with that. However, it's not as exciting to me. I like the vastness of wormhole space. Oh, I already launched probes. Why did I just do that? And I don't even need to explore anything else in here. We've got wormholes to explore, ladies and gents. So I'm going to go on here. And Malaconda, yes, I do live in wormhole space. My corporation is Stryker Industries. We have set up in a class 2 wormhole with a C3 and a high-sec static. So I usually base out of there for a lot of my stuff. In fact, my wonderful Loki is currently docked up there, and that's where I started a couple jumps out from there on this exploration trip today in my Astero. I'm not as concerned because I know all I have to do by the end of this trip is I need to get to high sec and I can get back to my home wormhole. We do a lot of things out of there. We'll do rage rolling for content and C3s of the sorts. So if you're ever interested about any of that about my corp, you can do !corp in my stream chat, not the CCP stream chat, because my bot's not set up there. And that'll give you some information there. Exactly, Monger. I mean, it's not the worst ISK in the world. We've made, it's not the best either. We're at an uptime of exactly an hour now, and we have made, let me get the nanite and the boosters, 69 million about from these. So that's not too bad. Ben, did you just kill somebody? You just killed an Astero. Maybe I should have stuck with you. One of my corp mates just got a kill. It looks like. I started playing Eve. Ooh, was it? You know what? I don't remember. So let me look up my character. A real wormhole corp? I like my low-class wormholes, thank you. I cannot stand the I'm not a fan of big mobs. They're fun every once in a while. I just don't want to do it constantly, and I don't want to be in one of the big I don't like high class. It's just not my style. And everyone's different. All right, where does it tell you? There it is, born 2016. So this is my alt character. My other character was born probably a couple months prior. So that would be about 2 years ago is when I started this game. When I started playing. Also, hey, how's it going, The Fallen? Welcome, welcome. How'd Alexa, are you in like Hard Knocks or one of the high class wormholes? I presume. What did I just jump in? Oh, did they move all my stuff? Okay, yeah, all my stuff got moved over here. These are a C4, C5 static, so I'm not actually gonna bother with this, to be honest with you guys. I'm probably just gonna burn back. Because this is not valuable to me. Honestly, Horkev, the difference between M2 and an SSD, M.2 is actually a slightly better for speed than an SSD. So the read speed from the drive itself between an SSD and an M.2 are the exact same. The difference is communication time, where you're limited by the SATA connection of a SATA for the SSD versus the M.2, which is plugged directly into your motherboard. I did an SSD just because that was what I was familiar with. I know people who do M.2s. I think they're slightly faster, but it's just so insignificant that mostly based it off your convenience factor. Like, do you want to free up an extra SATA port on your motherboard? I think M.2s are kind of universal now against motherboards, so I don't think there's a fear of having to drop it back and forth. And hey, it's great to be fresh and EVE Online. And definitely I wish I would have looked at more streams when I would have started playing. So I could have learned more. I have learned a lot from different streams. And not even just about EVE. I've learned a lot about life from streams online, I'll be honest with you. So there are lots of good information. Start, exit. I avoid exploration in C5's icon because, my main interest is explorers, because I'm in Astero right now. So the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find relic sites, and I'm going to kill explorers. Those are my two primary objectives. Oh, this is static. I was like, this wormhole has a static, but the static is here. So we're going to jump out. No, I might have to... Unfortunate. Trying to figure out what to do. So we've kind of reached a dead end where we pretty much have to go through high class wormholes or back out to nullsec. So I'm trying to decide if I would just want to stay in here. We'll go ahead and scan out the other C4, see if we can find something. In there. I should have just stayed in the wormhole I was in, but hindsight's 2020. But I avoid it. But that's why I kind of avoid icon is there's just no point because nullsec data sites only spawn in C1s through C3s. And if I only want to hack for ISK and kill explorers who are hacking, I won't find that in the higher class wormholes. Plus they don't have good connections to low class generally. Sock, exploration is not my main ISK source. So I have gone I've gone really back and forth to what I've done with ISK. So I started off doing exploration as my main ISK source. Then I moved to incursions where I became incursion FC. Then I went to industry for a bit. Back to incursion FC. I've always done exploration on the side because it's always good. It's like fun money. It's some extra ISK I make that I can spend whatever I want with it. But then I went back to incursions. Then I went to... Then after incursions, I went to reactions. And reactions made me really, really good ISK. I'll be honest with you. But it was a very big hassle with hauling. And so now I'm doing nullsec exploration, or nullsec data combat sites, and that's actually netting me very good ISK. I know, that's great. Especially if you're a new player. Like, I like to sport, again, for the new fits. I know I showed it off at the beginning of the stream, but I'm going to pull it up again. I love to sport my introduction exploration fit right here. It's dirt cheap. It's below 1 million ISK, and it gives you all you need to be a basic explorer. And so, I mean, I like to sport that. Where are you exploring a lot? The Fallen, are you doing it in nullsec, highsec, lowsec, wormhole space? What's your niche that you got going on for you? Actually, maybe you don't want to tell everybody out. It really is. It's a low skill. You don't really need that many skills to get into exploration to be able to make good ISK. Like, and you can have a good day where you make 150 mil. You can have a bad day where you don't do quite so hot. Oh, Horkev, I should pass this on because this was mentioned on the other channel's chat. Somebody mentioned that the M.2 is only useful if you use NVMe SSDs, which I'm not quite sure what that means, to be honest with you. I don't know what NVMe SSDs. I honestly only use Samsung, I think, SSDs I usually run. All right, we have a Q003, which is a frigate hull, is that right? Not the sun. Frigate hull, nullsec. All right, I was like, I hope it's the C1, but I don't think it was. We'll head out through nullsec this way, if we don't find anything else, probably. That's a bust. This is going to be our return home, I think, but we'll scan it out just to be safe. Oh, yeah, nullsec you have to be careful with. I will say... Yeah, fly cheap, you lose cheap. Okay, so it's the NVMe drive. And I guess I didn't know much about that. Honestly, I run 2 SSDs and a 2 terabyte hard drive. So that's what I run on my computer. You don't really need, you really just need like 1 SSD and I run a 2 terabyte on my wife's computer. I run a 1 terabyte for her, as a hard disk drive. So the rig I'm using on this fit, so my Astero fits I actually change up every once in a while. And this fit, I'm running a small gravity capacitor upgrade 1. What that does in itself is it gives you a 10% strength bonus. So this just helps with this strength. There is a combat one I run that doesn't use this that I also like. However, I think my fitting skills are a little off, which is why I did this fit on this character when I first initially bought it so long ago. And I just haven't lost it. So I wanted to mention before I forget to the Fallen, something that I like to do when I first started off was if you want to go to nullsec specifically, you can find, there is a map that Eve Scout keeps that if someone can find it, please do, that gives you connections to Thera. So what you do is you jump into Thera and then jump into nullsec. And from there, you're not going to have campers right on your hull. You'll still have to be careful once you get to nullsec, but until then, that's a great way to get directly to nullsec. Another thing that I like to recommend is wormhole exploration, which is what I'm doing. I do want to mention with wormhole exploration, please, please, please do not go 1 or 2 jumps out for Jita or Mar and think you are safe. Do not do that, please. Because honestly, I love 1 out or 2 jumps out from a Mar or Jita and to just camp that hole and kill people who come in. They've already been ran. There's people there hunting to kill you. Please go off to a system away from the trade hubs if you're ever going to go into wormholes and you want to be safe. Or don't and we get free kills. I'm okay with that too. I just... I figured I'd give you a fair warning since you're new. I'd be polite in this sense. Teak Buddha, I don't mean to ruin your business. Yeah, I like doing combat exploring because even though this isn't my biggest ISK income, for me, it kind of gives me that thrill to be able to get in some fights every once in a while or kill some or take some people down. So I enjoy that. Hey there. I wanted to run a Bomber's Bar this weekend and I didn't get the chance to, sadly. We had Modus IV. I know there's a lot of people in Bomber's Bar, so maybe you don't recommend him. He, from my corporation, has just started doing the Bomber's Bar. And I've done it once, but that was it. And I really want to do more of that stuff. Always love it, though. Wingspan, you always do find them near trade hubs. I love fighting them. We caught them one time. My favorite time I've ever killed a Wingspan person was, they weren't expecting this, but we had 3 Megathrons on the other side of the hole cloaked up. 2 Wingspan Stratiuses jumped through, and we uncloaked them and pushed all 3 Megas through, collapsing the hole on them, killing them. It was so satisfying. So, that was really cool, rolling them in to die. The Wormhole Harem, Dosibo, you see him strip. Oh! Monger, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Where is that? I'm finding it. I think I have it saved. It's the Heron. No, I don't. Oh, I have it somewhere. One second. Let me check my other character. I might have saved it there.
I was walking one day when I happened to
I'll see you later, Horkev. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, I'm pulling it up. I'm swapping screens really quickly to this character. This is the Heron you're talking about. I know it is.
staring into the distance as if it
This is the unscannable Heron. Pretty much, unless you have... I think it's impossible to scan, even with perfect skills. I think you might be able to do it if you have implants and perfect skills, but with the rigs and everything, this is an unscannable Heron. Elder, you can do it without the cloak, but if you are running in a Stero without a cloak, honestly, I think your money is better spent elsewhere. I think that if you're not, the benefit of an Astero is that you can cloak, and that if you are not going to cloak, you might as well use a Heron or something, or a Helios or something, honestly. It is Nobutada's Twitch, yes, so I will happily, let me actually add that to the channel as something permanent, because I haven't added that. That's a new fit I should add in here, because I love this. I love this fit. I think one of my viewers, or maybe somebody in my corp, gave me that link. All right, I really hope I cloaked my ship up. Yes, I did. I'm still cloaked. Whew. Yeah, no problem, Horkev. Again, shoot me a message on Twitch or in-game, Horkev, if you have any more questions about computer building, and I'll be happy to help you out with that. I built my computer, I built my wife's computer, I built my server, and I've helped other people build computers, and it's just really fun to me. So be more than happy to help with that. And that goes for anybody. It doesn't have to be Horkev. Okay, so with implants, I figured it was you need something to get it. All right, let's get this last wormhole scan down. I am slowing down. I'm getting you guys are distracting me. How could you? I'm kidding. I love it. Bomber's Bar is great. Oh, Modus, you are here. Oh, Draco, I just noticed your birthday flight this weekend. I hope you get some good kills then. I really do. Dangerous Unknown. We might go in this one. We might go in here. OZT, this is a C4-5, and we got one more wormhole to check out. Because we want to get out of this, this lovely land here. Okay, I think I do need a Discord channel at some point. Oh yeah, no. If you are an alpha or you're just getting started, that Heron is amazing. Something you do need to know, though, if you're running a Heron and you're new to Wormhole space, please make safes. Do not think that if you warp to a moon that you are safe. You can get descanned down and they will kill you. You need to, when you're in mid-warp, you need to hit Control B, opens up the bookmark menu. Make yourself a safe when you're in mid-warp, and then warp to your safe. That is how you do it. Something else you'll notice that I do, guys, when I go to Wormholes and I scan them down, do not right-click this and hit save location. If you warp to 0, you could end up to, I think, around like 7 or 8K off the hole, and jump range of Wormholes is 5K. Instead, warp at 100 to it, right-click the wormhole, save location. It's going to put your bookmark right on the hole, so when you warp to it, you warp at 0, and you can jump instantly. So this is our static in this wormhole. No, this is not. This is an X877. Okay, let's see what the X877 leads to. I forget if that's a C4 or not. I hope it's a C4. If it's a C5, then I'm just leaving here. So let me bounce really quickly. I'm gonna do a quick bounce off of here and back in. Let me take... Maybe I should just do an IRL stream sometime and just do computer building. I'm sure there's got to be an IRL stream out there about computer building. I would be shocked if there isn't. And of course, I'm sure there's also more people that are more knowledgeable than me. That's just a fact. I think, so I wonder, does it have the options to change this quality down? Yeah, if you're dropping frames, I would recommend just dropping the quality down to like 720 or, no, sorry, 480, because I stream at 720. However, I do hardware, or I do video card encoding. And with video card encoding, just because my processor, this computer's 5 years old, guys. This computer I'm rocking right now is 5 years old. And it's treating me well. So, I figured I'd mention that. You threw... so this is your Heron fit that you run. What's the difference between that and the one I was showing off earlier? You run the small... That gives a bonus to scanning. What did I do here that's different? Oh, I don't have the medium stuff that's well. I think I like yours better, actually. I'm looking at this. This is... Oh, I remember what this is. This is for if you're putting an alpha in a hole. I never modified it to... Here, let me throw yours actually up. I'm going to throw that in the in-game channel because I like that one better. A lot better. Thank you for sharing that, by the way, Blazemonger. I appreciate that. I forgot... I never modified it for exploration. I should cloak up and actually check and see. I should save my exit first. I almost warped off. That was almost bad. And then I check out the Astro House. Okay, you know, Eve Scout has some amazing fits out there. Honestly, I almost joined those guys. If it wasn't for the fact that it was no PvP, I would have joined them originally. In-game channel, Nobutata Switch. I'll type it really quickly. So, Radiant, it's funny that... Ooh, who are these guys? 1 second. I think we know these guys. Oh, this is wholesale. Hole control. No, hole control. This is one of their farm holes, probably? No, we're in a C4. I'm going back, ladies and gents. I think... I'll scan it out. We'll do it. This is why I hate high... No, we're going to nullsec. We're going to nullsec. Forget this. I'd rather go through nullsec. True, that is true. Okay, so I really like drones at first because they're very strong in PvE because you can just launch them and they just do their thing. They had some changes a while back with wormhole sites that changed the way sleepers aggro drones, and that kind of made me not like them as much. And then I had so many issues where I'd leave drones out, or I'd forget to actually hit the F button after launching my drones, or things would happen, that I just said, no, I'm swapping to projectiles and missiles. I'm not doing drones anymore. I think they are very good, and if you like drones, it's a complete... Drones are just like any weapon system type, is they are a personal preference, in my opinion. Some are better than others, but also you can get a fit around that weapon system. So I think it's your opinion and how you feel about the drones is what matters in the end. That is, I am not dissing Signal Cartel. I'll actually, a lot of times if I see them, I will try to leave them alone if I notice there's Signal Cartel early enough. So I figured I should, and I love those guys. Let's see here. Let's see here. Scanning out in nullsec again. I've got nobody here, so this is nice and empty. Oh, Fila, you lost your Loki. Post the lost mail. I want to see this. So yeah, guys, if you ever have a lost mail that occurs while I'm streaming and you want to show it off, I love looking at lost mails. I know maybe that's a little mean, but it's fun to see what happens. Or kill mails if you get great kills. I really strongly recommend, I'd love to look at them. So if you post them, I appreciate it a lot. So feel free to join my in-game channel and do that. So I made a Discord a long time ago, and I just never, I don't know, I never got the gusto to go and put it together. Brayden, thank you so much
awesome
for the
stream
bits.
Today, nearly a pro out dad moment smile.
I really do appreciate it. I am so, you don't know how nervous I've been in the last couple days. Oh wow, I just, 1 second. I pushed a button I should not have pushed. No. There we go, we're golden, we're golden. No, we're not. Oh, feel like you logged off? Darn. Okay, so that was the wormhole I was in before. My apologies, guys, about the alerts. Let's see if I can. I will pause. I just pushed the wrong button. No, this is me not knowing how to do what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, we're back in Angel territory. Why are we back in Angel? I was so nervous today. You don't even understand. Like, I'm never a nervous person. I never am. And yet here I am, like, just, it's gonna be okay, Nobu. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I got excited. Practicing my stream, doing a little bit of exploration and stuff. It was a blast. Ikula, first Pentium 4 build. That's good. It's great when you, I don't know. It's so satisfying when you get to build a computer and it lasts long. Like, if you know what you're doing, like I said, this computer is going 5 years and it is just, I'm loving it so much. Absolutely loving it. Hey, you would be surprised when when they put a giant red button in your face and they tell you don't push this button. You know how hard it is not to press it? Have you ever had that situation arise? Don't lie to me. You know you have. I certainly have. I still remember when Reddit did the button experiment. That was pretty cool. Oh my gosh, the blue screen of death. Were you there, Therese? Were you there yesterday? I had a blue screen of death right when I started, right after I got a good bump on a badger yesterday. Got the kill, my courtmates are around and no one ganked me, but it was still a bummer. A real shame. But, I don't have a that was easy button. Yeah, exactly. Oafsalot. Press it once, then press it again for science. You know what? I'm gonna throw. I think. Where am I doing here? Oh, rule of 6. I'm gonna mention it before I finish hacking this site, since nobody's in system and I happen to be in nullsec right now. By the way, today is odd. Usually I do not get this many nullsec connections. All right, so here's the rule of 6 for the ladies and gentlemen, for those who weren't here before. Right here is a node with 6 nodes around it. So what that means is if I click this node, one of 2 things is going to happen. One, it's going to be empty. If it's empty, great, we're golden. The second thing that's happened is I could get something bad that pops up. I did it in this instance, but if I got like a firewall or any of the negative effects, what that would mean that one of these sites would host the core. So I know it's one off. I'm going to go ahead, click there. We got the core though. Surprisingly, that happens sometimes too. So it doesn't mean the core does not surround it. So the contrary is not true. So anybody who does math, who's done those math courses where it's like the corollary is not necessarily true when you prove something. You got to prove them both. Oh man, I'm talking about proofs. I'm probably bringing up some repressed memories from some people who've done math classes and did proofs. Even back in like, what, didn't they have proofs back in high school even? I think I did some proofs way back when. So yeah, for those who weren't aware, this is my first time streaming on the CCP channel, and I am giddy as a schoolgirl today. I know I don't show it. I try to keep a calm demeanor, but I am just inside. Heart pounding, excited, jumping for joy. Me and my wife are ordering dessert pizza tonight. It's gonna be great. And for those who are wondering, strawberry is my new favorite dessert pizza. Telling you, strawberry, just dessert pizza in general. If you guys ever find a pizza place that sells it and you're thinking, should I buy a small dessert pizza? The answer is yes. The answer is always yes. Oh, I still think I got it. Okay, so I think that might also have something to do with my personality. Like, I tend to, the way I think of things is I say, this is where I'm at. I'm happy with where I'm at. And then something like a host comes in. I think it was like 100-man host or something. That was the most viewers I've ever had in my life. And it blew me away. I've always been, just a small streamer, and it just was just so shocking. Like, I'm now on stream in front of 100 people. This is the high point of my life right now, my streaming career. It can't go any higher than this. This is great. It was just amazing. Don, I don't have any giveaways going on right now. That's something I've been talking with my stream, and I'm looking forward to doing it in the future. But me personally, I've got nothing going on right this instant. I don't know. I know there are some streamers that do giveaways. I think Raiden might be able to speak more of that during the CCP blocks. I don't know much about it, but not today, sadly. I'll give you a free hug, a virtual hug if that works. Yeah, I'm streaming on 2 channels right now. It's a little confusing. My own personal channel and this one. Oh, I forgot I got a virus coherence thing. My bad, guys. That was my own fault. And I appreciate it, Raiden. I really do appreciate it. I do too much variety in my streams sometimes. I like to go to other games, and I think that it's fun, though. It's fun. Arschlog does a lot of giveaways, man. I don't know how he has enough time to farm on that gold. It's absolutely crazy what he does, and I love it. I think I won once a loot box, and that was really cool. I think I got an Astero out of it that I blew up later on. Worth it, but let's see here. Yes, exactly, Fila. It's very safe to always, always, always click fields with 6 things around it if you can. It's a great way to expand your board while you're hacking. And that's one of the main reasons I do that. Yeah, Fila, I'm on the CCP stream too. I wanted to do a restream because I know there's some of my viewers who only notice when my notifications go live, and I didn't want to leave you guys out. So I actually figured out how to do a Nijix server last night for a restream and practiced it on my couple of accounts to get that working, which was really handy. So if there's any streamers who ever want to know how to do that, it's really easy. So I said, welcome. Hey, I lurk all the time in streams. I'm gonna be honest with you. There are so few times I actually speak up. But yeah, exploration, it's always so calming, and it's something that you get to run at your pace. And I think that's what's beautiful about it. What I think, Story said, you mentioned lurking. Me and my wife all the time for dinner, or not all the time, but a lot of times during dinner, we'll throw up a stream on our TV, sit on the couch, eat dinner, and just watch someone. Maybe we'll watch someone play Mario, or watch someone play another game that we don't play, but we like watching. Or even Eve sometimes. I've gotten her to watch it, but most of the time she's like, they should just put up an Excel on the stream. It's the same thing. And I'm like, really? You've only used that joke 20 times, Ryla Seth. Yeah, so I've been answering other people, and I think people in the CCP stream probably get confused when I'm talking to people on the Nobutanas on my Twitch channel. Hey, hugs may not put ISK on the table, but it gives you the energy to put it on the table yourself. And that's what it really comes down to. So yeah, guys, if you want to check me out, you can check my Twitch channel. Raiden's being awesome and hitting that link for me, which I need to learn all the commands that we got going on in this chat so I can understand this. I may do a Velador fleet. Let me see. What is that? What is that? I have a court mate who runs. It's a shuttle. I'm pretty sure. It's either a shuttle or a rookie ship. I want to, okay, now I just really want to ping him right now and be like, what is his ship that he runs? I want to say it's either a shuttle or a rookie ship that he actually runs as a combat ship that's really, really expensive. It's not one of the normal ones. Let me, 1 second, Slack. I'm pinging this guy. What's his rookie ship or shuttle that he kills people with? Because this is gonna bother. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Maybe or is this just like whooshing everybody's head right now? Maybe it's a special edition? No, it might be a Violator. I'm gonna ask him right now. He's online. It's not on the ship map. It's one of those. No, it's not an Alliance tournament though. I didn't think, because I don't think it's that expensive. I asked him. We'll see if he pings me back before the end of the stream, and I'll get back to you guys if I can figure that one out. We got a Tengu out here. Named Claustrophobia. Okay, I am cloaked. Sometimes I leave myself uncloaked. I am... Oh, okay. Oh, it is a Violator. It's a Serpentis rookie ship. So he runs the Violator, and he will use that. So not as good as the AT one, but he likes to pull that one out every once in a while. How much is that ship? He makes it sound like it's the most expensive thing he's ever had. Wait, it was the Serpentis we said? Not Interceptors. I'm pulling open that link. I know I was told never to... Yeah, that's the ship. How much do those things cost? If I were to go pick one up... Oh. Yeah, no. There's a Tengu here. We're just not going to do this, guys. This isn't even that profitable. We're just going to move to the next system. I don't even care that much. It's 100... Wait. No, the Violator, not the Velator. The Violator. Okay, so around 500 million. That sounds a lot more likely. I could believe the AT ship would be around that expensive. I can buy that in a heartbeat. Okay, you know, this is what happens when you don't sacrifice a venture to Bob before going out on roams. You always get unlucky with not finding what you need. That was my first mistake. I should have blown up a venture at the sun before I started off on my journeys. Just self-destructed one out there. I'm glad you guys found that. I'm glad we figured that one out. Because I have quite a bit of fun. He's had quite a bit of fun. Someone's out here in a rattlesnake. We've got here. So yeah, for those new guys here that don't do a lot of exploration, D-scan is your eyes. Spam that V button. Always know who's at your distance. If you want to probe someone down, I can now say, let's go to an angle of 180. He's somewhere in this 180 view of me. 90. I can circle around until I find out where in the 90 range he is. So the rattlesnake's this way. So I can use this as like a ship's sonar to figure out where this lovely rattlesnake is and hunt him down. So just so everyone's aware, remember that. It's Nobutaras. Bye, Fallen, and take care. Yeah, I go by many names. Nobutaras. I remember when I played a lot of online games, some people called me Noobtaras or Noobtastic. I really like Noobtastic. That was a fun one. When I play a bit of PUBG, and they always like to call me No Boost whenever I have no boost on me. Yeah, I'm not going after a rattlesnake. Drone boats tear me apart, assuming they have the right drones. This has not been a good exploration trip. Plenty of nullsec jumps. Let's do, I'm gonna set my desto to be homeward bound, I think. Goodbye, Fallen. I hope to see you around. Take care and have a wonderful rest of your day. Oh, are they? I know they're like paper thin, if I remember correctly. I think he just puts like a gun or two on the, whatever he can for guns on the top, and that's what he does with his. My court mate. He pretty much only pulls it out though when he knows it's 100% safe and on small ships. Like I think he'll kill like ventures and things like that with it. There's a lot of cool ships. Like that are not on the ship tree. I think the only ships I wish were on the ship tree that are not were the Concord ships. I can kind of understand not having every single one there because that would be a lot of ships. I mean, they'd have to make an entire special page for all the crazy ships that they have, which maybe CCP will do. You know, you can always hope. This is a level 1. Ooh. How many jumps out are we from the closest route home? So I'm just looking at my mapping software to see the closest route. So I'm 10 jumps out from there, so I'll probably head back that way. Because we're wrapping up to the end of our excursions into the vast unknown. Sadly, I feel like this was like half nullsec and no killing. We'll get killing next time. It's always hit or miss at this hour. Oddly enough, so this time between 2000 and 2200 Eve time is usually some of the safer time in wormhole space. It's usually less populated at this time because it's the in-between European and American time zones. So if this is your time zone where you love being out and about, it's safer for you. Plus, I also like to tell people it's safer, even if it really is, just so I can get more people to hunt during this time zone. You know, you're most likely safe until you get killed. That's okay, just don't fly what you can't afford. Oh my gosh, if I had an AT Frig, I would lose it within like an hour. Or just never undock it. Did they get the, Raiden, did they end up getting their ships blown up, or did they keep them intact? Actually, knowing those two guys, they got it blown up, didn't they? There's no way they kept them for that long. See, roll a 6. It's going to be mimicking this right here. Exactly, in wormhole space. Or it's going to be on one of those 5. So, probably... There it is. Bam, easy. Rule of 6, baby. Is it really that easy and I just have been this silly? So I see the special edition. So these are just all of the special edition stuff. So those are the shuttles. The whiptail. So these are all like the ET... What? There's special edition haulers? What? What? Why are there special edition haulers? What is that about? There's so much stuff in this game I don't even know, and I will never know. The longest distance? Why do you say that, Grandmaster? What do you mean exactly by the longest distance? All right, there we go. Yeah, I was looking at some of the special edition frigates, and oh, frigates for that. I guess it would be the frigates. This one right here. Okay. Again, I would lose mine so fast. I would just... I'm not very strong at frigate PvP, as some people are. That's why I stray away with it. I know I'm still young, but I can feel... I already know my reactions are slower than what they used to be when I was in my prime. And so I just can't do it anymore, sadly. You know, maybe I'm just a slow learner. I can buy that. I can buy that. Oh my gosh, please. Gamo, thank you. Thank you for the core. Yes! 14,000. The Echelon? Oh, the level of the site. It says right here, if you highlight over this, it'll say level 1. So that's how I know it's level 1. A tier 1 or a level 1 relic site. The Echelon can fit a what? What's a point? What's special about this data analyzer? Fire strength 40? How much is it? Anybody know how much that ship cost? Anybody in Jita or something? I like it, Bogsight. Did you is that your own personal proverb right there? Actually, I'm gonna write that on my notepad, and then once this stream's over, if I don't have... It's only 14 mil? I'm gonna look it up. Actually, later after this stream. Look to see if it's worth putting a fit together with that. Because that's not expensive at all. It's between 1 and 3 are the levels. And honestly, like, I don't know, some are better than others. In Wormhole space... So in Wormhole space, the reason I care about data... So I like looking at the levels for one reason, and that's a ghost site is always a level 3. So I will scan down level 3 datas and actually finish the scan on them. because there's a possibility it's going to be a ghost site. And that's what I care about. I know the search is so hard. Why is it needed for incursions, Pretorius? Like, in incursions, a lot of the times, they run just a venture for the hacker, or not a venture, but just a mining ship for the hacker, because it's a hacker/ore ship for vanguards. And you say sometimes it's in the opposite corner. I guess I haven't really noticed that trend, to be honest. Like, I have got, the trend, like, because there have been some times where it's, oh, wow. Like, this is, I think I started top left, and I ended up here. All right, that's an easy get on that. Bam. 6 mil, I like it. Me gusta. Can't fit anything else. You know what? I will try any ship once, though. I will try any ship once. That is my policy. Maybe not twice. And most definitely probably not 3 times unless I really like it. But once. Once. I'll keep my eye, though, on the whole spawning in the opposite corner and see if that's actually true. I guess it's opposite corner here. But it could be like a confirmation bias thing that I'd have to watch out for being. Oh, baby, I just got a contract. I'd have to see if it's like a confirmation, because you should, in theory, have like probably a little bit more than a 25% chance for it to be over there, to be honest. Ooh, I know which ship I'm gonna fly. An Echelon. Thank you so much, Raiden. Now I get to go lose this ship. We'll see if I ever lose it. Let me see, where's the simulate button? I want to simulate ship. Haha, so it's a probe scanner. Oh, it's for hacking. Okay. Now I have an echelon to get blown up. Or to hack myself away. I guess this means I have to run data sites now, doesn't it? I like how, oh, I was like, does it actually have a hard point? No, it doesn't. What is this? Guys, so yesterday, while putting together a Proteus fit, I discovered that when you had items in the cargo hold in a fit, all you had to do was click this button and you could modify it. Previously, if I ever got the wrong items in my cargo hold, what I ended up doing was I ended up redoing the entire fit from scratch. Today I found something else. You can online all of them, activate all of them, overheat all of them. You can do entire racks. You can unfit entire racks, unload the ammo. I have been doing this the hard way my entire life. And Eve. I feel silly when these things happen, because it's like I've been... I'm glad I learned that. But the fact that I wasn't aware of those unique abilities in the fitting window for so long. Ah, man. Wait, so, Pretorius, what do you mean by it's for incursions? I'm still confused by that. Like, what aspect of incursions is it used for? I know, right? I didn't really know... I knew they redid everything, but I just didn't know those buttons existed. At all. Anywhere. So, it's kind of shocking to me. It's very shocking to me. The secret buttons. Nobody goes about it. Nobody knows. So that it's see, this is a level 1 data site. So I will not run it. Headquarters sites, unless they patch new ones in, you don't need it for headquarters. I could see there being probably assaults, Pretorius. It's probably assaults is what it's used for.
Warp drive active.
That's probably what what it is. Oh man. The secret. Are there any, guys, please, is there any other secret button I have not found? So I found these 2 buttons yesterday. I found this button. No, not this button. Wait, where's the button? Oh, I have to enter simulation. I found these buttons today. I know about this button. Is there any other secret buttons that I am missing that somebody can clue me in on? If there is, please let me know.
Active.
You're not good at incursions, Pretorius. You just tackle 10 bill sins. Man, I would love to get for my corp to tackle a 10 bill sin. Alt F4. Alt F4, surprisingly enough, does not exit you out of the game. Instead, the game captures that button input and instead uses one of your alt modules. So that does not work. Nah, Rune. Wait, holding shift while showing info. So if I go to, 1 second, let me warp off and cloak up. No, that's an offline. Okay, so shift clicked actually offlines thing. What? Do you know that I have intentionally logged in my other character just to be able to do this? Just to be able to have one extra screen up. I have logged in my own character. Can you do this with Fitz too? Can you do this with Fitz? So there's the rupture. If I... You know how hard it is to compare fits of 2 different characters when they don't have the same skills? And you're trying to compare skills on 2 different screens from 2 different characters pulled up. And I've been playing Eve for 2 years. Guys, I think oh my gosh. This was my biggest, this was a huge hassle for me all the time. And so for those who don't know and who missed that, you can hold left shift, maybe right shift. You know, does right shift work too? Let's open up this Gila fit on the right shift. Any shift you can open up. And if you left click, it opens up another window. So instead, when I just go, oh, let's look at this fit, or let's look at this fit, and it replaces it. No, you can open up more than just one. You can open up as many fits as you want. You can open up as many module infos as you want. And then right click and close all windows when you're done. I've been playing Eve for 2 years, and thank you. Who said this? Who was the first one to tell me this? I'm scrolling back out. Who? Media Make. It was you. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Oh. There's so many little things in Eve that I just don't even think about. Wow, I can't even focus anymore. I'm just blown away. I use compare tool. That's what I've used all the time. Oh, wow. Thank you guys so much. Holy cow.
Warp drive active.
As I'm burning back to the wormhole, are there any other really awesome tips that I just don't know about that you're about to blow my mind? Actually, please, not today. Save them for next stream, ladies and gentlemen, because I don't know if I can handle anymore. The multi-fit I learned. That was amazing because I was buying, I would buy 10 Dragoons to go in a Dragoon room, and I would do that, 10 Dragoons, and I would fit them all by manually assembling them. And one of my court mates why is it taking you so long? I'm like, this is why. He's like, oh no, you can just multi-fit. What? You can just multi-fit a whole bunch of ships? That was so cool. D-scan, I forget the key. Is it it's if you hold left alt and left click on something, it lines you up perfectly. So you can drop your angle down to 15 or 5. And so I can just check all these Celestials out right now really quickly and just line up with them. Very super convenient. Alt clicking is amazing. That I did know, and that was a really cool thing to learn as well.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, Romar, I did not realize that for the longest time. Though you do have to have the fit saved. Fila, I think I saw the modules. Yes, I did see that, Fila. I did notice that the green stuff, the show info from the modules, are modified for your skills, which is really cool. And I never really noticed that. I've kind of seen it, but I've never really understood that fully. So I appreciate that information. You can just click V and it automatically descans towards that direction? Really? I'll do it when I'm in the next system. I'll do it when I'm in the next systems. Don, you're like, this is what needs to be in the tutorial. I wish they had a tutorial with descan where they made you descan down an enemy. That would actually have been really... Ooh, an Ares. Hope he's not sitting here camping for me. Oh, wow, you can't just hold V and left click. Does it also do the scan? It does the scan for you too. Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all, but that scans as well. I thought, okay. Man, you guys are making my life easier. Where were you guys a year ago? Come on. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I appreciate it so much, guys. I knew about alt click. I didn't know about V click. I had always done alt click to do it, honestly. So we're almost home, ladies and gentlemen. This is about where we get to wind up the end of the stream. It's been a blast having you all here. It's been a lot of fun. I want to thank you all for just being awesome today and joining me on my first stream on the CCP channel. I'm gonna be doing it regularly, hopefully on Mondays instead of Tuesdays. I like Mondays. I know people are like, Mondays, but Mondays just get my blood pumping. So we're gonna be doing it on Mondays coming up. I'm gonna be doing a lot of exploration PvP as well as doing some I know if you guys are a fan of Urschlag, I've actually been doing what he's been doing as well. I've been getting into it. I had to talk with him, and I'm learning myself, and I've been streaming it a bit. So if you're into that and you want, I'll also be doing a little bit of that on stream. If you want to check me out, Nobutada's Twitch in-game channel, exclamation point streamer. I got this time. I think I got the... No, I can't do it. But that thing... Oh, it did it. It worked in the Moobot. It worked. That's my channel. Also, check out Streamfleet. Lots of streamers working together, doing awesome streams. I'm still flustered from all this other stuff that I just learned, and my mind's still blown that I don't know exactly what to say with Streamfleet at all. But again, thank you all so much for joining me. I'm just burning my Astero back home, and if I die, it'll be unfortunate. But I will see you all next time. Take care, everybody, and have a wonderful rest of the evening.